One of the big helps for us as a family when we started looking at our options as far as taking care of my father, who was in the dying process with prostate cancer, was the ability for him to stay at home and be in his environment with my mom, and for them to be able to spend the last couple of months of his life together in that setting. When we made contact with Family Private Care, we found all the different options that were available to us, which included 24/7 live-in care, which is the care that we chose. And that gave both my mom and my dad the peace of mind to know that there was someone there at all times if it was needed, and also allowed me to continue to move on with my life and my busy work and travel schedule and my family, and know that my dad and my mom were both being taken care of. The actual CNA that ended up coming out and staying with our family, we were lucky enough to have a lady who did 24/7, where she actually slept in the house. And for both of my parents, it allowed them to establish a comfortable relationship with one person, and that was the same person that was there day in and day out. It was very comfortable for them to be able to live in that environment. We could still hold all the family gatherings and all the private meetings and times together that we needed while she was still there providing that service. So for the two of them, it worked out perfectly. We really didn't know how it would play out with someone being in the house 24/7, but she just became part of the group and the family that was there, and allowed us to spend the last couple of months with my dad the way we wanted to. Another aspect that was a pleasant surprise was the flexibility in the scheduling. Once we got started with the process with the CNA who was with us the entire time, there were times when our family would come in over the weekend. There would be people there. So it was a wide open, flexible, easy to set schedules that worked for both the CNA as well as our family. As we learned more about the services provided by hospice, one of the alternatives with Family Private Care was the ability to have access to nurses at different times and for longer periods of time than hospice was going to provide. While we never actually used that service, it was definitely comforting to know that if we needed that, we could call on it and be able to get skilled nursing involved in his care. We learned about Family Private Care through a referral from our church, and I touched base with John Butler, and he came out and met with our family, and we sat down and talked through the alternatives, and through that contact repeatedly I felt comfortable enough to be able to pick up the phone and ask really any questions, whether they were questions about the type of services that Family Private Care offered, or really any discussion around the health care and the process that we were going through. I always found a sympathetic and caring ear, and someone who would chase down the information even if it wasn't specific to the services provided by them.